Alright. I want to shoot this video in one take. I feel like it's a artistic reason. There's a method to my madness. And I want to do a story today. Also, before I start, I am not amazing at this game. So don't judge me. I've not played in a long time, my gear is really bad. But there was something I wanted to go over today. And it's my interaction with Monster Hunter. And how I got into it, and the people that were in my life at the time, and just kind of everything about it. So when I was in high school, I had a friend whose name was Charles. He introduced me to Monster Hunter. Well, that wasn't smart. He introduced me to Monster Hunter. We were on the football team together, and he had a PSP and I had a PSP. So of course, as a PSP, I'm going to take it everywhere I go. And with that, alright, kick his ass so I can have a minute to do my thing here. And I just totally butchered that song. He had a PSP with Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. And there's a feature on the PSP that when you have a game and somebody else doesn't, there can be features that you can have access to. And with that being said, he had Freedom Unite, I did not. So what we ended up doing was we played together on his copy. And I thought it was the best game I had ever played in my life. So what we ended up doing, we convinced my parents to get me a copy. And that was the start of the best game I've ever played in my life. I've never played anything like Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. It was, and especially having a friend that was into it, because my brother was not a video game kind of guy, and it was just us. But I really enjoyed playing with Charles. It was some of my best moments as a gamer. So there was really nothing like it. Like I remember, and the game was so difficult. It was actually the first time I had ever YouTubed. I had never YouTubed a video game question before. Not that I need wind pressure negate, but at least it's there. We literally played every mission in the game, all the G rank stuff, everything, right down to the hardest, what I thought was the hardest thing in the game, which was the Onkelos fight. And we literally fought that thing for hours. It took us multiple days. And what we would end up doing is we ended up beating it like 3 times, and we just barely had enough. We just barely had enough materials. Like it was to the point where neither one of us could beat it solo. We had to have the other person. It made all the difference in the world. Um, like there was just something about that camaraderie where he would have his hammer, and I think back then I used the long sword for those fights. I switched between the bow and the long sword back during those days, and I can't quite remember which one I used. I think I ended up using both. But it was literally the best moments of my gaming life. And to the point that I only ever stayed the night at one friend's house while I was in high school, and it was him. And we played Monster Hunter until our fucking hands were bleeding, because on the PSP you had to use the claw method to rotate the camera, and it was just it was everything, man. And I know you can say, okay, well, what's the point? Why are you telling me all this? And genuinely, my point is that Charles passed away sometime during this month, early June of 2024, and I was lost. I didn't know what to think. I have previously lost my own brother at the end of April. So it was like all this amalgamation of loss between both of these guys that have meant so much to me it's devastated me. There's no other way to put it than just being hurt. And the last time I'd spoken to Charles was 2018. The last monster Charles and I fought together was Devil Joe. And hearing him on the game was, it felt cool back then that this guy that I knew from, my wee days of monster hunting, back when I was learning it all, to know that me and him got to play, it was fun. But knowing that he's gone, man, like I legitimately, it's funny that we haven't spoken in years, of course, and life happens and people move on, and like it's the course of life that nobody is in everybody's life forever. It seems to be, for the most part, and it's kind of sad that it's just so fast it can be over. We were really close in age, and nobody expects a 31-year-old to die, and and my brother, nobody expects a 28-year-old to die. So when that shit happens, it just kind of floors you. And it makes me wonder, like, why have I allowed myself, and why as people do we allow ourselves to allow people that mean enough to us that we would shed tears if they were gone? Why do we allow them to get more than arm's length away? If you really care about this person, why don't you want to keep contact? And it's, like I say, it's life. It's not always that you don't want to keep contact. It's just that life goes on and we forget the fragility of it. There's no way I could ever talk to my friend again. And it's sad. But what's more sad is that I didn't talk to him as much as I should have. And there's a sort of dreadful sense of guilt that follows that, where it's like, am I allowed to feel bad if I didn't do my due diligence to make sure that if he passed away today that I wouldn't feel awful about it? And you know, we were great friends, and let me put this mantle on real fast. There's not always, you know, life doesn't work that way. But it's sad, man. So today, for Charles, I'm killing Devil Joe. And it made me think when I rebooted my PS5 and kind of got back into the swing of this game, which originally we both had Xboxes, and that's what we played on. So I had to rebuild my entire account. I've probably only got 30 hours in the game so far, and I've just gotten to the point where I can fight Devil Joe again. But I don't know, man. It's just like, what do you do? There's so many unanswered questions in life. You know what? Is this the horn that doubles your notes? Well, he didn't stay down nearly as long as I thought he was going to. But no, it's crazy, man. I wish I understood, you know, how we as people think and do what we need to do in life. Well, you little bastard, you got lucky. I need to sharpen, but I'll probably wait until he changes areas. That was the world's slowest reaction with a roll. Oh, get out of here. I really thought that was gonna clear me. There we go. And then I need a Y attack. Oh, get out of here. World's longest fucking hitbox. That didn't feel like it should have hit me. I'm just gonna get comboed by the world's longest tail. Did I just see basil juice material on the ground? That felt undeserved. Okay, you made your point, Devil Joe. Thank God that thing was kicking the shit out of me. But yeah, it's just like, I know it was probably kind of heavy. But it just sucks, man. Just, it's the worst thing ever. I don't know. I don't know what to think about it, really. Life is so unrelenting, and it'll be over in the blink of an eye. Hit him in the fucking face. Oh, get out of here. At least I got my note off, I guess. Yeah, we got defense up at least. But well, just what do you do? What do you do? I guess the real takeaway here is don't let people that you would cry if they died get far enough away from you that you don't have contact with them. Just sucks, man. It's been a rough year. So you mount. Yep, the last thing we ever fought was a Devil Joe. Oh shit, this is one of my favorite turf wars, actually. Damn, that's fucking amazing. Broke his chest. I forgot you could even break that. Oh, right in the kisser. Alright, time to trap this big bastard. Chucky always told me, bring a trap, man. It's free carves. From killing our first on close to me soloing this Devil Joe now, man. I'm glad to have known you, Chucky. You were a good friend. When Wilds comes out, I'm gonna name my Palico. I'm gonna name my Palico Chucky. I wouldn't be right here if we never played football together. If we never shared the PSP Bluetooth ad hoc, whatever you want to call it. So only a few more things to do at this point. What's that? Chucky? Thanks for everything. Rest easy, man. I'll take care of the hunts from here. Love you, buddy. I'm out.